All right, it's been 7 years since the murder of two young girls shocked the small Indiana town of Delphi. Today in court, disturbing details of the discovery of the bodies of the two best friends, 13-year-old Abby Williams and 14-year-old Libby German. The girls disappeared while hiking, and 52-year-old Richard Allen is charged with killing them. Allen faces up to 130 years in prison if he's convicted, and the case gained national attention for this infamous video that was captured by Libby on her phone before her brutal death. The chilling video likely shows the girls being approached on the bridge by their eventual killer. The prosecutors played a 40-second clip for the jury where the girls can be heard saying, "There's no path down here." It seemed to be in response to a man appearing to order the girls down the hill. The defense had filed a motion to stop prosecutors from using that video and those audio enhancements you just heard and we played for you, saying any witness speculation about what they're hearing or seeing could mislead the jury. Today's proceedings followed an emotional day of graphic testimony and 42 gruesome photos from the crime scene, with the girls' families watching all of it in court. Both girls had their throats slit. Libby's body was naked, covered in blood. Abby's body was also on the ground, but dressed in Libby's clothes. The lead crime scene investigator returned to the witness stand today in what was a contentious cross-examination, focusing on the evidence that was found at the scene. The investigator detailed a long list of items, including a .40 caliber Smith & Wesson cartridge. Investigators believe the unspent round is from a gun that Allen owns, linking him to the scene. When asked if that round is common, the investigator has simply answered no. Joining us now is Jesse Weber, NewsNation's legal contributor and Law and Crime Network host. And also joining us, Lauren Matias, journalist and host of the Hidden True Crime podcast and YouTube channel. Lauren, I'm going to start with you because you were actually in court today. You were there when they played this infamous down the hill video. Tell me the effect that it had. Was it not just on everybody sitting in the courtroom, but most notably on the jurors?
Yeah, it was certainly a big moment in court. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if some of the jurors, of course, have heard this video in the past as well. It's this infamous video, and we've always only heard what you just played there, down the hill, down the hill. We learned today it was 43 seconds. And to hear the girls respond to that command was, I think, the part that was the most chilling. Not only could you hear Abby saying there's no path and sort of responding and being confused, you actually saw that they had nowhere to go. There was literally no path. It was this dead end moment. And you could also just hearing their voices, they sounded so young. I actually wrote that down in my notes. They sound so young. Compared notes to my neighbor, she had written the exact same thing. Such young little girls knowing what's about to happen to them, and they had nowhere to go.
And Lauren, did she sound frightened when she said there is no path?
I think she sounded timid. I think I put myself in their shoes hearing that, realizing these girls just were, I think, probably almost in shock. You know, someone's commanding them to do something and the response is, there's no path. I think that they certainly were afraid, and I think they realized as well, where did they go from here?
Jesse, the defense obviously tried very hard not to have that video played in court because of the audio enhancements. But I got to tell you, when you see that figure of the man, it looks like the defendant.
It arguably does, but you couple that with the other parts, right? So the idea that he has allegedly confessed to this crime 60 times. Now, he was in prison.
Why 60?
Because he kept apparently confessing to everybody, family members, the warden, police. Now, they could say that his time behind prison affected his ability to give a cogent response, that he wasn't in his right mind. But putting that to the side, when he was first interviewed by investigators back in 2017, and he admitted he was on that trail and he gave a description of what he was wearing, investigators say that description matched what you just saw there. And I think this will be it's a piece of circumstantial evidence, and it's a key point that the defense wanted out. But I have to tell you, as much evidence as there might be that he did this, including the unspent cartridge, I think this case is a little bit closer than people realize. You know, his defense attorney made the argument that there was a hair found on Abby that wasn't properly tested. There's no DNA linking him to the crime.
There's no DNA of Richard Allen at the crime scene.
Let me clarify. They asked CSI today, or it was yesterday, did you find any DNA that links it to the girls? No, not that we have at this point. The prosecution says this is not the right witness to ask. There's also no fingerprints that were examined at the scene. The sticks that were on the girls' bodies weren't properly tested. There was no shoe impressions. So if you're building up the case that this was a botched investigation, what you're trying to say to the jury is if you can't believe this, then don't believe the ballistics report about the unspent shell casing. Don't believe the cell phone data. They're trying to build the case. Do not believe the government. And when you don't have maybe more evidence, there is something there. Having said that, I think there's a lot of evidence that would suggest he did this, but we're still in the early stages of this case.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.